What's going on, Big Bad Harmon?
Recovering from our weekend of wrestling.
I know, right? God, it was a fantastic weekend. Holy moly. So much activity is going on. We went to 2 shows.
Well, I went to 3.
You went to 3? My goodness.
Yeah, because I went to NAWA on Thursday night.
Oh, that's right. God, how are you alive right now?
I don't know. I saw Nick McKenna wrestle 2 times in 4 days. So.
Oh, well, that's just a treat, I think. So
you're welcome.
You're welcome, Flash. Yeah, man, we had all those shows. No Mercy was this weekend as well. Man, I tell you, by Sunday night, I was a little burnt out. I was kind of half-assed watching No Mercy. I was still catching up from the 2 shows that I went to. So, which was Limitless Wrestling's Question the Answers and Pro Wrestling Takeover's debut show. So, very cool, man. Very fun weekend. We are going to do kind of just a little review show about our fun weekend. So, yeah. Before that, let's get into some really quick plugs here. You guys can find us on Podbean and on iTunes. And we are at maineventpodcast.podbean.com. We are on Twitter at Main Event Pod and on Facebook, facebook.com/maineventpod. And Harmon, Teespring? What's the Teespring update? Any updates on the old Teespring?
No, I think we still have some fantastic prices, and we got all of your clothing needs over there.
That's right. Our back row mafia buddy, Kevin McLean, just sent a picture.
Picked him up a super soft hoodie for the upcoming fall season.
Ooh, man, it looks so sweet. So sweet on him. Great pick. Thank you, Kevin, for the support. And yeah, if that's not encouraging for people to slip into a nice, warm,
Johnny,
comfy
I know you saw
what
it,
it is.
You know who else was wearing one?
Who's that?
It was on Twitter.
I do know.
Fandango was wearing one of our tank tops.
Yes, Mr. Fandango, Sergeant Dango, all over the tank top. Yeah,
people might have a hard time seeing it because it was behind an adorable long-haired dachshund puppy, but there's definitely our shirt that he's wearing.
Oh yeah,
in the background.
We got the alert. People are letting us know. Hey, I think Fandango just posted a picture with your Main Event Podcast logo on it, and sure enough, he did. So
there it was,
folks, and we retweeted the shit out of it. So if you want to be, in style, just like Fandango, buy some of our stuff on Teespring.
There is still the limited edition hot pink sweatshirt out there.
Limited edition.
Currently, only one fan has it.
Really?
And she asked that I delete it off the website so nobody else can get it. But I'm gonna leave it out there. So
I believe doesn't Josh Briggs have a tank top? Hot pink?
He's got the hot pink tank top, but I'm talking the hoodie.
The hoodie. Yeah, one of a kind. So,
I'm hoping to make it 2 of a kind.
There you go. So yeah, if you guys are interested in buying some merch with our logo on it, there are links at the top of our Facebook and Twitter, just pinned right at the top. So you'll find links there. And let's see, Strong Style brand. Speaking of clothing and apparel, if you guys want some sweet Strong Style brand stuff, go to strongstylebrand.com.
Oh, I do.
You do? Nice.
I do.
Strongstylebrand.com/main event pod. That's very important. Go to that exact link. It's just the main event pod at the end of it. And use code main event pod at checkout. You'll get 10% off. And a little bit of that gets kicked back our way. So if you guys are looking for a way to support the podcast, you guys like us enough to, throw a little dimes at us, buy some Strong Style brand stuff and use that code main event pod. They've got a new T-shirt out. It's got like a ring post with the turnbuckles with the logo on it. Looks pretty baller.
Yeah, to be honest, I had to look at it for a second. I'm like, is that a straight jacket?
I thought it was like a Lesnar thing. It looks like a Lesnar like sword going to the throat. I was like, what is happening here? But no, it's very cool. It's a very cool design. And yeah, man, Strong Style stuff is fantastic. I've got some stuff coming on the way. I've got a hat and the Ring of Fire shirt coming. It's just great, man. Really cool style. So again, if you guys are interested, strongstylebrand.com/main event pod. That's very key. Go to that exact link.
It is the aftermatch gear of JT Dunn, Ace Romero, Josh Briggs, Maxwell, Jacob Friedman. They all wear it.
Sammy Callahan.
Yeah,
man. So that's about it, man. Quick plugs tonight. That's it, I think. Oh, we've got the number. You guys want to send us a voicemail or a text or something? You guys can give us a ring, give us a little text. 929-260-3099. Shoot a little promo on us. That'd be fun. We'll play it on the air. Ask us a question. We'll answer it.
Tell us how you think the Limitless shows went. If you went to Pro Wrestling Takeover, tell us how that went. If you went to any of the Beyond shows, tell us how that went. We want to hear from you. We
want to hear from the fans. So that's a great way to do it.
2 minutes that we don't have to talk.
Exactly. Again, that number, 929-260-3099. All right, that's it. Let's talk about our weekend. Let's talk about where do you want to start? I didn't go to the NAWA show, so I don't have much on
I was
that.
only there for I didn't make the main event, and I missed it, and I missed a really good promo I heard from the big deal Matt Mahoney. Yeah, I like Matt Mahoney.
I do too.
I like his mouth.
You like his mouth? That sounds
weird.
That
sounded weird.
That sounded super weird.
What I do? I like his mouth.
I like the way you talk.
I like the way you
talk. No, I like Matt Mahoney too. Good dude. I'm a fan of Matt Mahoney as a person as well, not only as a wrestler. He's a good guy.
Do you like his mouth?
I wouldn't go that far to say I like his mouth, but that's fine if you do. But what else happened? What else happened there? What did you see? The short time you were there?
No, that was about it. I didn't stay for very long.
Yeah. Well, it's good though. You're still out there making an appearance. Cool, man.
Yep, that's me making an appearance.
That's you. So we had Friday night. We had Question the Answers Limitless show. Holy shit, there was a ton of people there.
God, yes.
Plus, almost 500 people there.
Yeah,
Jesus.
450.
Yeah, sold out, baby. Sold out the Westbrook Armory.
They ran out of chairs.
Crazy that's what they're pulling nowadays. You know, they're getting some big names. Jack Swagger was there. I got to meet old Swag Bags face to face. Very cool, very nice guy. Like face to face. It's hard to tell sometimes over the airwaves. But man, like he was super nice. Said to me, hey, if you guys ever need anything down the line, just let me know. Like super personable. It's great, man.
Introduced us to his wife.
Super nice as well. Very cool.
Super gorgeous.
She's a pretty lady. Absolutely. But man, holy shit. What a great night. What a great card.
Yeah, they were like leaving the building and Alex from the Back Row Mafia like assaulted them and got a picture.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
I had to take it because, he was trying to do like the arm stretch selfie. And I was like, give me that camera.
Yeah.
I took the picture for him.
So. Let's see. I don't even know where to start with this one because everything from like top to bottom was like so.
Well, how about we start at the top with JT Dunn versus the bad boy Joey Janela?
Jesus Christ, that match was good. Holy shit.
Maybe one of the greatest opening matches I've ever seen.
So good. I've never seen Joey Janela in person before wrestle. I know you have. I just haven't. I think I missed the maybe one Limitless show that he did appear. And
it was at the Portland Club.
Yeah, and I've seen him online a ton, but I've just never seen him in person. And man, he was great. He was so cool. What a great character, personality, the bad boy. I love it so much. And then JT Dunn just doing JT Dunn shit, just death by elbow, man, just beating the piss out of people.
He's looking ripped.
He's looking great. JT Dunn's looking awesome. Yeah, it's looking so good. And I mean, he's just so slick in the ring. He's so good. He's just so good. I think he's my favorite guy that comes to town, man. He's the guy that I get really excited to see every show. I just think he's fantastic. Big JT Dunn fan. I know our buddy Doug is a huge JT Dunn fan too. Doug Barrel. So he was super pumped to see him. I thought it was a great match. JT goes over, I believe, undefeated on the year in Limitless.
Yes, I think so too.
And then they're really setting up a all good Anthony Green, JT Dunn feud. He talked some smack to AG after the match, who was on commentary. And I know JT Dunn and Ace Romero are buddies. So AG taking on Ace later on the night.
Tag team champs in a different promotion.
They sure are. You are definitely correct about that. But yeah, man, all around great match. I thought it was fantastic. Great starter. Like you said, one of the best I've ever seen. It was just fire right out of the gate, and it got the crowd pumped. I don't know. I can't remember the order quite as well, but let's see. You know what match I fucking loved? Here's a match that it was probably my favorite match on the card just because of how fun it was Joey Ryan and Massage Envy versus MSP.
Oh, man.
Dude.
My girlfriend Angela had never seen Joey Ryan or Massage Envy. And I said, well, it's probably going to get weird. She's like, it's already weird. She's like, why is that man rubbing himself and has a blow pop in his teeth? And I'm like, well, this isn't even the weird part yet.
Yeah, like, I mean, those are normal questions. That's fine. And then it got really, really weird. I loved every bit of it, though. I love comedy wrestling. I don't know how many times I have to say it. Top Shelf and Swoggle were on the card later, and I just thought it was fantastic. But man, it's like, I think it's hilarious. I think Massage Envy's whole gimmick is a riot. I laughed really hard at so many spots. There's one spot where MSP is like climbing the top rope to splash on Joey Ryan, and Massage Envy just goes up and starts massaging
their shoulders, and they slowly start stepping down because it feels so good.
Yeah, it's like, that's hilarious. That's great stuff. And then like just the classic Joey Ryan stuff is so fun.
Joey Ryan pulled out his little tiny bottle of baby oil to oil himself up, and they're like, no, we'll do it. And they pull out this gigantic bottle.
So good, man. So good. And then like the crowd interaction too, like Joey Ryan's shtick, trying to, who wants the blow pop, and we had two guys like battling over it.
So many people wanted that blow pop.
I know, and then the guy that got it was super creepy but awesome at the same time. He's flicking his tongue and like rubbing his nips, and it was wild, so wild. I love it. I love the strange, man. It's so good.
The guy behind us like lost his shirt.
Oh yeah. We referred to him as Greg's friend the whole night. We sitting right next to Gregulator, and he just kept talking to Greg, and we just kept looking at him like, what is wrong with your friend? It was so good.
That was another thing that happened. Somebody recognized Gregulator.
Did they?
Yes. Somebody saw him wearing the t-shirt, and they said, are you part of that? He goes, well, sometimes I'm Greg. And they're like, Gregulator? And he marked out a little bit.
Did he mark out? That's very cool. He was. Very, very cool.
Of course, I told him that I didn't believe him. So
yeah.
I'm like, that didn't happen.
I hope he blushed. I hope it was great. Good for him, man. He hasn't been on the show in a while. We got to get him back on the show. We need him.
Yeah, he's not very regular Greg right now.
No, we need more Gregulator on the show. You know what the show needs? More Gregulator.
You know what the show needs? It needs to wish a happy birthday to one Mr. David Dyer.
Dave Dyer, former guest of the podcast and one of our very good buddies. Dave Dyer, wow. Happy birthday, buddy.
We've known him a long time.
Here's looking at you, kid. Oh, goodness. Yeah, he's been on this podcast. He was on the old podcast, too. One of the originators of this bad boy. So,
well, he's a legit sports guy, so we have to have him on while to give us credibility.
It's true. Yeah. Sports writer. Absolutely. And also like super nerd wrestling guy.
God, is he a nerd?
We love you, Dave. Happy birthday, buddy. We got to get you back on the show too. Man, what else? What other matches were just like, every match was like bonkers. I mentioned Top Shelf and Swoggle. That match was a hell of a lot of fun. Holy cow. I think personally, I think
Sidney Bacabella finally got what he deserved.
Finally, yeah. I love that Swoggle was like, I hate this guy. I fucking hate this guy.
I like that Sidney Bacabella was spraying him with a water bottle like a pet. Like, down, no.
Bacabella's great. Just comedy genius.
I did not know that was a wig.
Oh, really? Yeah, the thing definitely came off. I thought this was Top Shelf's best match that I've seen in a long time. Like, everything flowed. Him and Swoggle worked really well together. They just played off each other very well. Top Shelf with that split, man, he uses it like every match. It's great. It's a cool thing to have in the arsenal. He does the split, and then he's like the same height as Swoggle, and they're just like slapping each other. Thought it was awesome. So cool. Took a big swig off.
Of
what was it? Johnny Walker. Oh my
God. Walker Black.
Whew. Big swig off that before the match. Good stuff.
I asked him afterwards, how come he didn't let me hold his whiskey? He says, I couldn't find you. I am 6'3", 400 pounds in the front row.
I know. Come on, Top Shelf.
I call bullshit.
Yeah.
He didn't want me drinking his whiskey. I kept it safe last time. I would have done probably something different this time.
Yeah. Yeah. You would have old backstab with the old whiskey. Yeah. God, how about that 6-way scramble, huh? Jesus.
Oh, yeah. I like how Mark Sterling gets in there and he says, wait. I am the best body in this rig. And Josh Briggs is just off to the side, like dusting off his abs.
Yeah. Nice.
Like, I'm not fat.
Right. Yeah, I love Briggs ended up taking it, which I thought was great. He showed off a lot of his arsenal. The dude can do it all, man. Briggs is just the man. I love that spot where he's like about to fly, and Dick Justice, like blows the whistle, and he's like telling him to. You
don't have to do this, man.
You don't have to do this.
You don't have to do it.
And then they get into a big sing along.
Yeah. What was that song called?
I can't remember. Yeah.
Don't jump off that ledge, my friend.
Something like that, yeah. What is that? Soul Asylum? I have no idea who that is.
Soul Asylum.
I can't remember. But yeah, it was one of those.
I will understand.
There you go. Oh, you're man, welcome. That's what this podcast needs. More singing from Harmon.
Singing Harmon.
Yeah. And then so Briggs kind of like steps down, and then when Justice turns his back, he just
he dives off the rope.
Amazing. Like, great. Just greatness.
I like how Smart Mark Sterling started off with a Snapnare City and Snapnared everybody.
Yeah, so good. So good. Mr. Grimm almost took a bad spill off a slip off the top rope for his 450 splash, but turned out okay. Kind of looked like a Harlem Hangover. Anybody? Yeah, it looked very much like a Harlem Hangover there. So it was pretty cool. Worked out. Still a little scary moment there, but Grimm's fucking awesome, man. He's so intense.
What did he do? Something really like he really stiffened up at the end. He took a chop or something that was dead to the chin, and he just like went dead, like rigid.
Yeah, dude, I love his pounce like that. He just like like shoulder tackles,
like cross body tackles them.
Yeah, it's so good, man. He always sends the guy flying.
Of course, man, Cannonball and
Jimmy Lloyd
brought a table in. They were collaborating.
Yeah, collaborating with two hardcore guys.
They were doing cannonballs in the corners, and they left the ring and brought back a table. Ugh. And I think Jimmy Lloyd ended up going through it.
Yeah. Those guys are nuts. Yeah, man, fun match all the way around. I think I say this about a lot of scrambles, but they seem to just do them really well in Limitless. I mean, that's a match that can just get out of hand, and it didn't.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of guys just like, I mean, because you get some of those like multi-man matches, you get a lot of people hanging around the outside, not doing anything. Yeah, but, like everybody was involved pretty much the entire match.
Yeah, and it like together too. Like there was a lot of moments where like the action kind of stopped, and it was like a really funny moment for Supercop, to like kind of, display like his comedy. And then I don't know, there's just a lot of stuff where a lot of like everybody in the match was working together to make one kind of big spot instead of like two guys are fighting over here and two guys are fighting over there. It was just a really, really well put together match. You could tell that they spent a lot of time, or at least it seemed like they spent a lot of time really configuring it and planning it out. And it really came together nicely. I liked that match a lot. Another match I really loved. Holy shit. Maxwell Jacob Friedman versus Teddy Hart. Holy shit. We spent that match in the Back Row Mafia with the Back Row Mafia.
Did. Yeah, we did. Somebody was noticeably absent from that area, but
that's right. Yeah, Alex was really schmoozing it up with JT Dunn over there. The guy that he thumbs down like every match. He hates JT Dunn. He's over there with
that thumb squarely up his bum.
Yeah, yeah, with a Strong Style brand. With a flag like wrapped around his neck, just over there chumming it up with JT Dunn, having a laugh. We're all like, "Hey, where's Alex? Where's Alex?" He's over there. But
over there,
old Johnny Boy and Kevin were hanging out with us, and it was cool, man. Well, we were hanging out with them. We were in their territory.
That's right.
We're in the Back Row Mafia, so it was a pleasure to share a beer over back there with the Back Row Mafia during that match. And holy shit, is Teddy Hart good? Understatement of the podcast right there. Teddy Hart is incredible.
As good as like, Ethan Page's or JT Dunn or even Maxwell Jacob Friedman, AR Fox. Teddy Hart may be the greatest wrestler I've ever seen.
Just on another level. Just so good.
His selling, his moves, the way the match went, it just was gorgeous.
So good. So good. And then like the speech afterwards was so inspiring too. Like I couldn't take my eyes off him. Like I was just listening to every word he said. He was talking, a lot about the guys in the back and like how, the fans and stuff. We take a little bit out of our lives. We've got, we spend money on this. We've all got, families and jobs and stuff. And we take time out of our day and spend our hard-earned money just so these guys can live their dreams. And then he got a Randy chant going. I mean, he's just the guy is just so awesome all around, super appreciative of everything that he has right now and what he's doing. I mean, he's going to be the first one to admit that he like really screwed up a lot when he was younger and got like this bad reputation, but man, he has come so far, turned it completely around, and he's just like, he is on an absolute another level right now. Yeah, he's fantastic.
It's amazing.
Yeah, really. He's so good. And then, he kind of issues a challenge to the back. Says, if anybody in the back thinks they can take me on, because he still believes that he is, the past, present, and future of professional wrestling. And then our boy Josh Briggs comes out face to face.
Yep, without hesitation.
Without hesitation. Great. And sets up that match for the next Limitless show, which I believe is going to be November 3rd. So that should work out. And I'm that. I talked to Briggs after the show, and I was like, man, I am so excited for your next match. And he was like, you know what? I am too. So yeah, it was very cool. I love that match. Very good match. And obviously we haven't really even talked about Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Again, another guy, just a guy. I mean,
that match isn't as good as it is without him in it. He's that good now.
He's so good.
For a guy who's 22 years old. Is
he really that young still? Jesus, wow, that's amazing. It's amazing.
So good.
Yeah, like his selling. You want to talk about selling? Like I think Friedman sells. He's second to none. I think Friedman's a great seller. And his antics, his intensity, his crowd interaction, so good, man, so good. He's come again, just like a guy that's just come so far. Like he's in a very short time. He's great, and I love seeing him.
And then at the end of the night, he got you to turn on me.
I guess. I don't know. I thought you guys were just joking around, and then I was just like, oh, well, I'm going to talk to somebody else now.
Yeah. Like I was sitting there, and he's like, oh, I got a microphone. I'm a podcaster. Ooh, I'm a big
I was
shot.
laughing. I thought it was funny. And then
me too. And then he's like, what size shirt are you, big guy? And I'm like, 4X. He's like, I'm only got 3X, but they run big. You got $20? I'm like, No.
I thought you asked him for a shirt because I was like, oh, that's cool.
I'm buying a shirt out of my bag. Like, nobody told you to.
The sell, man, the hard sell. Yeah, man.
And you were like, did you ask him for a shirt and they're not going to buy it? I'm like, no, I didn't. He asked me my shirt size.
So good. So good. I love it.
This is the first show I've been to in a while, too, and not bought a shirt. I didn't buy anything.
Yeah. No, he's great, man. He like lives the character, man. He's so funny, so good. I was talking to Danger Kid at that, like when that was happening, and Danny's just like, he just goes, "I love that kid," like to MJ. So good. Let's see what else. Skylar versus Willow Nightingale was cool.
Willow Nightingale, super cute,
super cute, super like charismatic too. Like,
yeah,
she was great, man. I thought she was really good. Like her antics in the ring were cool. Crowd interaction great. They put on nice.
One of Skylar's better matches too. She, she has it sometimes. I mean, I love Skylar, but she's still new, and you can tell sometimes. This was one of her best matches. I thought
so too. And she's always like wrestling dudes. It's nice to see her with another female in there, and it was cool. I mean, I'm a big fan. I think we're both fans of women wrestling, and it's very cool to see like a straight up women's match at a Limitless show. And Skylar did great. Willow did great. I thought it was awesome. I definitely want to see more of both of them in Limitless. They've got that 6-woman scramble coming up next show, and I hope both of them are in it. Let's see. Oh, you know who I liked? Who it was the first time I saw them together was the Thick Boys, Jay Freddy and Johnny Silver.
Oh yeah, that was a good match.
Yeah, I don't know if this was like their first time tagging together, but it was a very good match. Them versus LAX. Very cool match. LAX is a team that I'm just like, okay. I mean, I see them in lucha. I mean, they're obviously great and talented and stuff, but it just didn't really like click for me. And then
they're on GFW, aren't they? Or Impact. They're Impact champions.
Sure, whatever it's called nowadays. Yes, they are there too. But still, it's like you see it on TV and it's just kind of like whatever. And then man, you see them in person and they are really fucking good. That one spot where they had Jay Freddy in a suplex.
Upside down forever, and they kept passing him back and forth.
Yeah, they just kept passing. It was so good, man. That's so once the suplex actually happened, I just like turned to Boosh and I was like, dude, that was fucking awesome. Like that was
veins
so cool.
In Jay Freddy's head were ready to pop.
Yeah, I love Jay Freddy. He's really really good. And Raw Dog, the Meat Man, Johnny Silver.
The Meat Man. Are we just gonna call him that now? The Meat Man.
The Meat Man's coming. So good. I love both those guys. They take the win over LAX. And cool finisher that they have. Jay Freddy and Johnny Silver. Cool like double team finisher. It's hard for me to explain it. You'll have to see it in person. But very cool. Very good match. What else? What are we missing? Cam Zagami, Tyler Nitro. This one for me, I don't know, man. It was probably my least favorite match of the card.
It was a little flat. It was a little flat.
It was a little flat. I don't know if it was just like it was getting late or what, but it seemed a little flat. I thought that there would be more of a crowd, cheer for Nitro, especially after he lost and had to, get booted from Limitless. It was a loser leaves Limitless match. So.
Cam Zagami had new gear, like he was dressed like a prince. It was pretty bad gear, I thought.
I didn't like it.
It was too plain. It looked like he was wearing sweatpants.
Yeah, I didn't like it at all. I know people recognize the theme music. I think it's from what's that video game? People were mentioning it.
Skyrim or something.
Skyrim, yeah, it's from Skyrim. Which I don't know. I mean, I don't play it. Never played it.
Kyle was telling me.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I think that it was like such slow pace that it really brought the crowd out of it. Just the music, because Zagami usually has some high intensity and he's like jabbing on the mic a lot and like his character's kind of bratty and really kind of in your face. And I don't know, it was just different. And I think it really kind of sucked the life out of the room a little bit.
So he usually plays more of a spoiled celebrity, and this time he was kind of playing like I'm better than everybody and princely, and it kind of didn't really fit him, I thought.
No, I don't think so either. And I mean, I don't know. I was thinking about it afterwards. I'm like, man, if you're gonna, I don't know. Like, I'm just a fan. I mean, who am I to say? But like, I just thought, if you're gonna debut new gear, like maybe do it after this feud, because you haven't acted like this at all during this whole feud,
right?
Between the two. I don't know. And then I think after Nitro lost, I don't know. I love Tyler Nitro, but I just think that he seems very kind of quick to kind of just like bow and kind of get out of there. And I don't know what the backstory is on it, but it just seems kind of rushed and quick, and I don't know. It wasn't to my liking. It was my least favorite match of the card, and it was just too bad because I really do like both those guys, and I want to see them both again. Obviously, probably not going to see Nitro again in Limitless, but Zagami will probably see around, and I definitely look forward to seeing him again because I want him to redeem himself. I want right. to give him another chance, and maybe I'll buy into that gimmick or in that entrance at a later date. But
Gamble came one step closer to being in the ring, but then he got thrown out.
Yeah, and the thing with that too is we're both huge fans of Mike Gamble. He's still wearing like the sweater vest, but Cam's got like this Prince thing going on. Like it just didn't work. I thought the whole thing was just kind of a mess. But I don't know. I'd like to see them again and maybe prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, Cam Zagami. So,
right.
But what else? What else was on that card?
How about Jack Swagger versus AR Fox?
How about that match? What did you think of that match?
It was a decent enough match. I don't know what I was expecting really, but I don't think it was the barn burner that I thought it would be.
Did you think it was going to be a barn burner?
I did. I expect that from AR Fox. I think AR Fox had to slow down for the bigger man, and it cost him. He slowed down too much and played Swagger's game too much, and ended up losing. So
yeah, no, I think it
was a good match, but it was
a good match. Yeah,
with the matches that were on this card, it was not up there. It was not one of my top matches of the night.
I thought it was okay. I thought it was a good match. I thought they really emphasized like Jack's size and strength. Like there were a lot of moves that like AR would do, like a lot of his high flying moves, and Jack would just like kind of catch him. And I thought that was really important and really key in this match. And I don't know if you remember this, but I remember like on the old podcast when we interviewed AR Fox, it was right before his match with Cody Rhodes. And he said that he was really excited about it because he has a lot of like counters for like Cody's moves that he was going to run by Cody. And he said that he always likes to do that and give people other moves if maybe he can't do them or it works out for other people. And I thought that I remember that. And then like, so going into this match, I was like looking for some of those, and I did see a lot of those. Like Jack would kind of go for that, the ankle lock, and AR would kind of flip out of it and do some like weird escape. And I was like, man, that was really cool. I don't think I've seen somebody do that before. Like AR is just really innovative with his moveset, and he can make anybody look like $1 million. And I thought it was a really tight match, man. I thought it was good. I'll say this. I thought Jack adapted better or more to the indie style wrestling than I thought he would. Like I kind of half expected him to kind of like just go in there and do like the WWE style, headlock, chin lock, arm drag, whatever, do the WWE thing. And I don't know, man, once they got going, he really took a lot of AR's offense and kind of caught him on a lot of things. And I thought it was cool. I thought it was good. I thought it was a good match. I agree with you. I don't think it was like one of the top 2 or 3, but I thought it was like a good match that I was like, yeah, this is entertaining. I wasn't bored by it by any means. I thought it was pretty good.
Right.
Anything else that we haven't talked about besides the main event? I think that's about it, right? Main event time?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
If we forget somebody, we apologize. But main event time. Ace Romero versus All Good Anthony Green with Brian Fury as the special guest referee. Wow. Good match, I thought. again, these cards always go late, and it's always like a testament to the main event if you're not like absolutely exhausted by the end of the night. And I was right into this match. I thought this match just, holy cow, they just hit each other with everything but the kitchen sink. The size difference between these two guys was interesting for me, but I thought that AG might have just like would be taking a beating throughout the whole thing by Ace. But man, AG got
not
not the case. Yeah, he got in a ton of offense on Ace, and it was a crazy back and forth. I thought Fury was a cool element to the match. Both guys were like pushing Fury around, which I thought was interesting. I expected that maybe just from AG because he was playing more the heel in this match, but even Ace was doing it. Ace was like shoving him, like, kind of get your hands off me kind of a thing, like, after the 5 count. And I don't know, man, it was good. I thought it was really good. And then, ultimately the kick from Fury intended for AG, but landing squarely on the chin of Ace Romero.
I like Fury with his pants tucked into his magnums there.
I know. And it's funny if you watch, Greg actually pointed this out to me. And then once I saw it, I couldn't not look at it anymore. It was anytime there was like a punch, like Fury was like selling, like he was kind of like, if you watch his face, he was just like, oh. It was just so funny. It's just like, it's really hard to, old habits die hard, I guess, when you're you're a former wrestler.
The life of a pro wrestling teacher.
Yeah, it's just hard to just be the ref and not kind of sell that punch. So, but I thought it was a great match, man. I thought it was definitely worthy of the main event, and it's so cool to think of, like, a year ago, 2 years ago, like when this company started, both of these guys were on the card, and they were lower tier guys. They didn't have any face name recognition. They were just up and comers. Fast forward 2 years, they're main eventing against each other for this company in front of 450 plus people. It's very, very cool. I love the progression that Limitless has come in, and both of these two guys as well. Very neat.
I love that. Everybody knew AG was the bad guy in this, I think.
Yeah.
And he did bad guy things, which was awesome. I think he's a great bad guy.
I think he's a great heel. Absolutely. I think the first time you and I saw him as a heel was down at Live Prov, and we're like, holy shit, like this could actually work. Like this is great. And we talked to him.
Natural fit.
Yeah, we talked to him before too, and he was like, hey, you guys gonna see me play heel tonight? It's gonna be really, really different and really, really cool. And we saw it and we're like, wow, that was cool. This guy could definitely do it. And then kind of saw that slow turn over like the last couple months in Limitless, and it was very neat. I think he's great. And then obviously, like I mentioned earlier, they're setting up the JT Dunn thing. JT Dunn actually making an appearance at the end of this match. He comes out. He was on commentary. He leaves the booth, comes running up, goes to give him death by elbow. AG ducks out of the way, and Dunn nails Brian Fury with the death by elbow. And AG just kind of rolls out, and I didn't do anything. Kind of a thing. So great heel work. JT Dunn gets on the mic, calls him a motherfucker, which I was like, oh, I was like, there's kids in the crowd, but still, I get it. Like, it's intense. JT Dunn's just intense. And it's 11 o'clock at night. So that's fine too. But so that obviously sets up that match. And I'm really excited about that feud. I love both those guys. It's going to be very cool to see at the next show. And that's something that they can build off too. I mean, think of all the possibilities, like matchmaking with those two guys. I mean, I think you and I were talking about it, texting each other back and forth. And it's just like, man, like you could have JT and Ace versus like AG and somebody else in a tag team match. Like you don't have to get right to that singles match. I mean, you can make this thing last for a little bit, and then everything will be really entertaining on this feud. Yeah. So I hope it gets drawn out a little bit. So the slow burn.
Maybe the Can-Am connection or whatever they call themselves will be making an appearance in Limitless.
Yeah, that would be pretty neat. That's a good. I didn't even think about that one. That's a pretty interesting matchup. Yeah, I mean, Cam's got nothing going on. He's he sent somebody packing, so he's not involved in a feud anymore. So that was it, man. That was a question and the answers. Great show, like really great show, top to bottom, very awesome. Looking forward to the next one on November 3rd.
Already looking pretty sweet. Jessica Havoc is announced. Sami Callihan. Petey Williams, Matt Cross.
I am a huge Matt Cross mark. Very cool. Very excited to see him. Very excited to meet him. Gonna be very cool. I like Matt Cross a lot. So
Ethan Page returns.
Oh, Ethan Page is coming back too.
I take it you didn't read the the SI article.
I have not. I saw it. I just have not. I have not seen it yet. That's very cool.
Way to do your research, Johnny.
What, did it just get like released today?
Yeah.
Yeah, easy. Yeah, so that's very cool. Ethan Page coming back. I love Ethan Page. Great. Very cool. Yeah, man. Get your tickets when they're released, man, because they probably won't last long. They just sold out. So get them while you can. Let's see. Moving on. 2 days later, we went to Pro Wrestling Takeover's debut show. I ran into a little bit of childcare coverage. Like I just didn't have anybody to watch my son, so I brought him along. I thought, I don't know, he's 4. I was like, maybe this isn't the best idea. And but it was his first show ever. I told him the night before. I said, "Daddy's going to a wrestling show tomorrow. Do you want to come?" And he said, yes. And then he said, "Is Finn Balor going to be there?" And I said, no. I said, but Flash Nick McKenna's going to be there. And he did not know who that was. Sorry, Flash.
Said who?
Yeah. But no, it was cool. I'm glad that he came. It was like a perfect first show for him. Middle of the day. It was a lot shorter than like a Limitless show. Those are very late at night and usually go like 4 hours. This one was like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. And I figured that was like within his wheelhouse. He would be entertained enough to kind of stick with it and then maybe not ask to go home. Cause like we didn't make it through Cars 3 when we went to the movie theater to see it. He got bored and he loves cars. And so we got bored and we had to leave like halfway through the movie. So if anybody wants to fill me in on how the end of Cars 3 goes, feel free to do so on Twitter or our, call us on our hotline and tell me what the ending of Cars 3 is, and I'll be very thankful. So I was hoping that wouldn't happen during this show, and it did not. He seemed very entertained. I showed him kind of pictures of people on this card and told him who to root for and who to boo. And it was very cool. First match of the night, first match of the day, our buddy Flash Nick McKenna, former guest of the podcast, versus King Leon, the sixth. And King Leon, man, comes out, just smack talking the crowd. Quinn immediately does not like him.
Nope. That guy's a bad guy.
That guy's the bad guy. We need to boo that guy. So we booed him. And then the match, I thought the match was good. I thought it was a nice, hot start to the match. Flash Nick McKenna, that's usually where his spot is. He's a nice crowd favorite.
High energy, like the crowd going.
Yeah, absolutely. So I thought it was good, man. Good match. Unfortunately, Flash takes the loss here. King Leon the 6th gets the win. His squire was getting involved a little bit, choking Flash on the ropes and stuff. So, Flash is a little outnumbered there. But good match. I think it's a good match. All these matches seemed pretty quick, which I definitely liked. They just kind of got right to the point. It was a quick show, like I mentioned. So it was good, man. This match definitely had a lot of action. And then, unfortunately, Flash takes the loss. So, and then I can't remember the exact order after that, but I think maybe Era of Violence versus the Hoods was next. The Hoods I thought was really good. I thought they were a great tag team. Quinn liked them as well, which was surprising, just because of their attire. You know, they look like, you know, they're street thugs, man. They look, you know, badass. They look like they should be the bad guys. Like they're gonna, you know, throw a gang.
How good is Chris Pyro?
Chris Pyro's great, man. Davey Cash is so good too. Like I liked both of them. They take on the Era of Violence, managed by Chad Epic.
I spent the rest of the day like talking to Cash, like the rest of the show.
Yeah, he's great. He's a cool guy, man. Pyro was not around because he took a bottle to the face by Chad Epic.
What a dick!
What a dick, Chad Epic. Chad Epic, if you're listening to this, you're a dick. No, actually, I like Chad. I think he's cool. but the character Chad Epic, you're a dick.
That's not a character. That's Chad Epic.
Yeah. And then so there's just like glass like on the carpet in front of the bar for like the rest of the day, like match 2. I was like, ooh. Actually, no, I think it was match 3. I remember because it was right before
because there was supposed to be a tag match between the Sea Stars and
that was the second
opponent, and the general manager or owner or whatever his name was, something Troy.
Yeah, that guy, the guy with the tie. Yeah,
not the bartender. Was a dick and made them wrestle each other for
there was only one contract. Yeah, that was the deal. Like the Sea Stars, who we love, they thought that they were coming in as a tag team and that there was a contract for them as a tag team. But the reality is there was only a contract for a singles competitor, and they had to duke it out to see who really wanted to stay in Pro Wrestling Takeover. So they went at it, and it was a great match. I thought it was a good match. They've wrestled each other like a million times. They've grown up together. They know each other inside and out.
Yeah,
and
Ashley Vox, Del Miexo.
Yeah, so good. Really good match. And Ashley takes the win. So I don't know if she's sticking around in Pro Wrestling Takeover or what the deal is, but I hope Delmy doesn't have to,
have to go
because I like both of them. So,
who was a big fan of them was the Quinster.
Oh yes, Quinn was a big fan of the Sea Stars. He liked them very much.
He was a big hit with them.
Oh yeah, at intermission we went over.
Ashley Vox wants to take him off your hands.
Yes. Ashley Vox said, "Anytime you don't want him, I will take him." It's like, okay. I mean, that's a hard bargain, but yeah, no. They loved Quinn. Quinn loved them. He got a picture with them and an autograph and stuff. And he, what's funny though is that he really liked Delmy. He liked her green hair. He was like, I like the girl with the green hair. I was like, okay. And then I think the 8x10 that he picked out like didn't even have her in it. I'm like, come on, dude, like get it together. He has no idea what he's doing, but whatever. They were both so very nice to Quinn and made his first show super special. So with the interaction. So very cool. So that match happened, and then it was the Hoods versus Era of Violence, which was pretty intense matchup. Yeah, good match, like really good match.
The Hoods went over, but they were not standing tall at the end.
No, they paid for it. Cash got like zip tied to the rope, so he couldn't help Pyro. And then, like we said, Chad Epic smashes a bottle over Pyro's head, and he has to leave. So yeah, that was intense. And then there was intermission, and then when we came back, I'm trying to think of I think maybe the three-way match. I don't know. There's a three-way match that was between Remy Blackheart and I apologize for this. I'm forgetting this guy's name. Dell something.
Yeah,
I can't remember, and I apologize for that. But it was the first time I'd ever seen him, and he wasn't previously announced for the show, at least leading up to it. So that's why my research was a little not great on him. But and then he
had a shirt that had like Nintendo on it, but it was like Del Tendo or something.
Yeah, it was cool. I thought it was some cool gear, a cool design, and he was good. I thought he was good. He was a good worker. But man, I think the guy that maybe stole the whole show for me was Devin Blaze, funny man himself. Devin Blaze, I thought was awesome.
He was great.
Yeah, and another guy that like Quinn really liked. came out with like the Donnie Darko mask with like the glowing eyes, and it was very cool. And it like kind of flipped up, and it was neat, man. He's hilarious. He's just like kind of, that's why they call him the funny man. He makes like cool like
he could go either way. I think he could be like a super villain heel, or he could be like just entertaining and still kind of creepy and weird, but what a great wrestler.
Yeah, really good. Like his arsenal is really cool. He was doing like, oh man, he did like this really cool, like kind of a cannonball kind of a thing, like in the corner. But I'm trying to remember exactly how it went. I remember seeing it and going, oh wow, that's like different than anything I've ever seen. I think he just kind of like inverts the flip, like instead of like doing a regular cannonball. And it was just really cool. I remember seeing it at the time going, that's neat. Yeah, he had a cool move set. And then Remy Blackheart I thought was good. Cool look, kind of like, just like a grungy kind of punker, like kind of guy. Like not even a punker, just like kind of like a Sons of Anarchy kind of a guy. It looked cool. Like he has a cool look to him, and pretty good in the ring too. Good match. I think a good solid 3-way match is what that was. And it got the crowd really into it. And yeah, that was pretty good. Moving on, I think the match that stole the show, Ali Rex versus Kid Christian. I was super impressed with both of these performers. I'd never seen either one of them wrestle before. I think I'd seen a little bit of Ali Rex online, and nothing really like blew me away. But man, seeing her in person, I was super impressed. I thought she was great. Kid Christian, a smaller guy, high flying, like a lot of like chain wrestling, and she just kept up with him. It was great. Very cool match. Yeah.
Yeah, she was awesome. Even Angela was with me. She was like, she is very good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, like
it was such a good match. Yeah. They were like similarly sized too. So
yeah,
her speed really showed with his. So it was great.
Right. Yeah, and it was a cool shtick in it too. Like they started out like Kid Christian was like, I don't really want to hit a girl. And I thought it was cool. I thought it was good. And then like, there was kind of like some patty caking around. And then he finally was just like, hey, you think you can keep up with me? All right, let's go. And then she proved that she could. And then there was like this one spot where
he just straight up
like after the
face.
Yeah, it was like after she can keep up with him, like with doing like all the chain wrestling and like just rolling and leapfrogging and everything. He just goes, you know what? I'm out of here. And he turns to walk away and then turns around and just blindsides her with a super kick that was amazing and just lays Ali Rex out. And the whole crowd just went, oh, and Alex was sitting next to us and he just went, holy shit. Like it was awesome. One of my favorite spots on the whole card. I thought that was great. I thought that match was the show stealer right there. I thought it was great match. And then what else? What else is on this card besides the main event? Again, I'm trying to I want to include everybody, and I hope we're not forgetting anybody. I think that's it, right? I think the next match may be the main event.
It was a short show.
It was a short show. Yeah, it's like 2 hours, little over 2 hours. So the next match, main event for the Pro Wrestling Takeover Championship, Fox Vineyard versus Mike Orlando. These two guys are both pretty big. Like compared to everyone else on this card, like these guys were two hosses. And
both 6 foot or better, over 230.
Orlando was just thick. Like his legs were huge. I was like, Jesus, this guy, he's got like a very solid build, like a classic pro wrestler. Like, you know what I mean? He reminded me of, do you remember the tag team Chronic? It was like Brian Adams and I can't remember the other guy's name, but they were in WCW. They had like the same kind of like singlet with the shortcut singlet. And it's like, the same exact kind of thing as Orlando. And that's all I was thinking about. Like, man, this guy looks just like, Brian Adams or whatever, but it was cool. They were both good, man. I mean, they're both really good. I mean, they're obviously pros. They both can wrestle. It was a pretty good match. I don't think it like stole the show by any means. But it was pretty good match. Fox is cool. Like, he's got a cool look to him. This whole like new look that he's got going on is neat.
He's not your kid friendly firework anymore.
No, and he stared daggers into our buddy Dustin, who was the ring announcer that night, for calling him the firework, Fox Vineyard. I saw him just like stare at Dustin like, how do you screw that up? I don't know, man. He's not going by.
I don't know, man, but Dusty will find a way.
Yeah, I know. No, I think Dusty, hey, first time, Dusty did fine first time.
He did.
I mean, God,
he didn't fall.
Didn't fall out of the ring. Didn't fuck up anybody's like pronunciation on the name. I thought he did great, man. It's first time. You get it. It's not easy. It's definitely not easy. I mean, we found that out when we went down to do commentary for the first time. And it's just like, people think things like that are easy. Oh, you just go on there, I can watch wrestling on TV. It's like, oh man, there's a lot that goes into it. And then especially when you're
trying to talk about it nonstop.
Yeah. And then like, your nerves get to you. But I mean, I thought Dusty did a great job. I hope he sticks with it. I'd love to see him at the next show continuing on with it. So, but, anyway, back to the match. I thought the match was good. There was definitely some great spots in it. It was the only time during the whole card that I picked up Quinn and moved him to the other side of me really quick, because I thought that they were coming our way, because there was a dive on the other side, which most of the dives were, because it was all open space in front of the bar. So a lot of the dives are going that way, so one did during this match, and then it looked like they were coming back again. Our way, and we were front row, and I kind of saw what was going to happen, because I've watched enough wrestling in my life that I could, it becomes, you could see it kind of coming.
Fox Vineyard instead of Mike Orlando's giant body barreling at you. Fox Vineyard gave you the sign that you were going to be okay, because he turned around and clocked Mike Orlando right at the ropes and dropped him.
Yeah, so it was nice that he gave us a little heads up, from the insider, which is cool. But yeah, still, I just, I was a little timid. I was like,
day is what he did.
Yeah, I was a little like, oh man, like, he's my 4-year-old, man, he's my kid, I gotta protect him in that front row. So, but anyway, yeah, it was a good match, man. Fox Vineyard takes it. He beats Orlando. They did the classic ref bump. The ref goes down, and another one has to come out to save the day. And Fox actually gets the pin. And
he was using like a laser pointer or something as a fist pack, though.
Yeah, well, I think it was Orlando's green like laser pointer. So he stole Orlando's.
It was an international object, John. International object.
Yeah, laser pointers are strictly prohibited at pro wrestling shows. It says it on like every ticket. So, so Fox gets the win. He is the first ever crowned Pro Wrestling Takeover champion.
15 pounds of platinum.
Platinum, baby. 15 pounds of platinum. This is a pretty belt, man. It looks really good.
Yeah, it was a good looking belt.
Yeah, so it'll be cool to see their next show. I think that they're coming back in late November. I think the third weekend of November. And, hopefully, the champ comes back. Fox will be back to defend the championship. That'd be really cool. I think they've already got some announcements. I know Sonny Kiss is going to be there. Very cool. And I don't know who else they have announced already, but I know that they're going to be making some announcements pretty soon. So definitely looking forward to it. It was their debut show. Definitely had some hiccups, but they'll get it figured out. I would like to see a bigger crowd at the next one, because I definitely think that they have some potential, and it's great, man, to just have another.
And it's a great venue too. The venue was great.
The venue was great, man. I liked it a lot. Was it 29 Spire?
Spire 29.
Spire 29. Yeah, very cool.
It's an old church. I would recommend that they cover the top windows.
I was going to say the same thing. Yeah.
But it's air conditioned.
Oh, that was nice on a 90-degree day the other day.
Oh my God. It was nice.
Yeah. I mean, and everybody was
nice high ceilings. They had a bar.
They had a bar, which was great. I mean, I don't know, man. I think you and I were talking about it, off air. I mean, you throw a show in that venue, on a Friday night, it's right across the street from USM. I mean, you throw a show in that venue on a Friday night, you throw a beer special down, cheap beer, I don't know, Coors Light or something. Dude, USM kids will come into that place in hordes. I mean, and they don't even have to like pro wrestling. It's just, hey, it's something different. It's something to see. And there's cheap beer.
I almost think you get rid of the chairs in that place.
I think so too. Yeah, absolutely. Standing room only, man. Be cool. Be really, especially if it's like a Friday night show, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah. I mean, if middle of the day show like it was the other day, sure, bring the chairs, for the kids and stuff. But like, I mean, it was cool. I liked it a lot. It looks nice. They did a nice job with like the presentation of it. They had posters up. I mean, all of it looked great and it looked professional. They just gotta get the people into it. Got to get the crowd into it. Got to tighten up some loose bolts there, and they'll be fine. If they do some of those things, I think they'll be fine. They'll get a following. I'd like to see them stick around because I just think it makes everybody better. You know what I mean? Having competition makes people better. It's not going to take people away from Limitless or from NAWA. I mean, it just, competition makes people better. Monday Night Wars, you know what I mean? It made both companies better. So I love it, man. It was a fun weekend. And then later on that night, man, we had No Mercy. And again, we were kind of both burnt out. I was kind of, haphazardly kind of paying attention. I was chatting with you and Randy actually from Limitless. And it was just, it was cool. I mean, there was some matches on there that I thought were better than others. The thing that I remember most about No Mercy is Cesaro like fucking losing his teeth or getting his teeth pushed up into his skull. Oh my God. What a maniac. And then he continued to wrestle.
He got a little far into that. That bump in the corner.
I was showing people that at work today. I was like, yo, check this out. This happened the other night. This is nuts. And every reaction was the same. Like, oh my God. Is that real?
The second most shocking thing on that show was Enzo Amore is now your cruiserweight champion.
I love that I made a joke about it and then it came true.
You're like, oh, Enzo's about to win the cruiserweight championship. And we're like, no, he's not.
Yeah, you and Randy are like, no, shut up.
And then we were like, what the fuck?
Oh my God. Crazy. Yeah, Enzo Amore beats Neville for their cruiserweight championship. Which, I mean, I don't know. I have mixed reactions about it. I like the fact that Neville can now go on and get away from the cruiserweight division because I think he's far better than that. Not to say that the guys in the cruiserweight division aren't as good. I just think Neville is on another level of, he should be fighting for the IC belt or the US title or something. Like he's that good. He is a top star, I think.
Like I had talked before about how I wanted WWE to bring back the cruiserweights. I didn't want them to bring back the cruiserweights and then just exclude them from everything else. This is not.
Yeah.
It's not exactly what I wanted.
You got to integrate them into like stables and feuds. It just has to be that way. I don't know, man. Roman Reigns takes out John Cena on the longest match in the card. They go like 22 minutes. Cena has kind of an awkward, not awkward, I guess, just it's confusing end to it. Like after the match, he's like kissing the ring, and it looks like he's saying goodbye. I mean, he kind of cleared it up afterwards on like the Raw talk or whatever. That I guess he's not, but I don't know. It just seemed like very dramatic for a guy who's not retiring. It seems like that was something that you do when you're retiring. And I guess it was a symbolic way of like, passing the torch, I guess. But
it's probably just because he's going to be gone for another 6 months doing other things.
Yeah.
And if he makes a big deal out of it like that, maybe they'll think of him like The Rock. You know, he's a special attraction now.
Right. Yeah.
He's doing movies and such.
Right. Yeah. And I think
he is voicing the movie of a childhood favorite of mine coming up, though.
What is it?
Ferdinand the Bull.
I've never heard of that.
No? It was one of my favorite books as a kid.
Oh, cool. Very nice. And he's the voice of it?
Yep.
Very cool.
The voice of Ferdinand the Bull.
Cool.
Ferdinand the Bull is very big and scary looking, but he's really just a big sweetheart. Very much like John Cena.
Does he say, you can't see me?
No. He says, please don't see me.
Is that real? Does he really say that?
No, he doesn't.
That would be amazing. I don't know what else happened on this card. I actually started watching this like halfway through the Finn Balor Bray Wyatt match. I missed the Intercontinental Championship match, unfortunately, but I heard that The Miz won. So I don't know what's going on with Jason Jordan. I don't know what their angle is with him. It seems like it's a very like early 90s kind of come up story. You know, like this is where like Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart started, you know, and then they get like a few chances at the IC belt and they fail, and then like they capture it, and then it's like a catalyst for them to move on. And I don't know if I believe that story with Jason Jordan. I like Jason Jordan, but not that much, you know.
I'm still having a hard time believing he's Angle's son.
Yeah, I know, right? That's such a weird angle, such a weird storyline. I don't know, but
and Kurt Angle won't stop saying it. My son, Jason Jordan. It's like, come on.
I know. Finn's got some new gear, new colored trunks there, which I thought was strange. Yeah, they're gray, or like silver or whatever. But cool, man. Good for him. Mix it up. He beats Bray in a very, again, lackluster match. I don't know, man. I just think that they just like put these guys together again for no reason at all. We got a pay-per-view coming up. Both of you guys got to be on it. You guys are going to fight each other again. And Finn's going to go over again. And it means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. Bray Wyatt is just
languishing.
Yeah, it's just terrible. But that's, you know, all said and done. There's nothing we haven't mentioned before about Bray Wyatt. Dean and Seth beat Cesaro and Sheamus, like we talked about earlier. Cesaro just lost his fucking grill. Disgusting. A disgusting just move or disgusting injury. Oh, so gross. But dude, he got right back in there and finished the match. You know what move I really like is when he does the power bomb off like the top rope onto, what does Sheamus do? Sheamus does, I think maybe the white noise or something, and then the power bomb. Jesus, that's brutal.
Or the Irish curse or something like that.
Yeah, he does something. He does one of his signatures, and then Cesaro power bombs a guy like off the second rope. I was like, fucking A. Great move. Alexa is still the women's champ. She won that Fatal 5-Way. I thought Emma would have more. I know. I thought Emma would have a more impact in this, but I guess not. They're kind of, they do to Emma what they do to Bray Wyatt. Like they kind of keep her around, and then they just
Emma is a good wrestler and lovely, but she is goofy as hell.
Yeah, but I don't know. I like this.
The way she moves, it doesn't
yes.
It doesn't say grace or athleticism. It says, you know, I have duck feet.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something about her that's off.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to mention about the Roman Reigns John Cena match, is it bad that I don't like look up anymore? If I'm just like on my phone and I see kind of out of the corner of my eye, I see like the first finisher. Like I don't even look up anymore. Like the first AA I saw out of the corner of my eye, didn't even look up after, you know, for the pin. I was just like, he's going to kick out. Roman's going to kick out. And that probably went for like the first, second, and third AA that happened to Roman Reigns. I'm like, I'm not looking up. He's going to kick out. Yeah, he sure did. He sure did kick out. You know, it's just like, I get it, man. I get it's pay-per-view and you want to make these guys, but it's like, where do you draw the line? Like Cena AA'd him so many times. He did like a super AA off the rope, off the top or whatever, off the second rope. And like, Roman just still kicks out, and like Roman gives him like 100 Superman punches, and Cena kicks out. It's just like fucking A. Like it's just way too much.
You're both tough.
Yeah, we get it. Yeah. Anyway, and then main event: Brock Lesnar versus Braun Strowman. Brock retained. I don't know. This was an all right match. It was pretty good. I thought it was hard hitting. Braun can go, man. I was impressed with how Braun like hung in there with Lesnar. The match wasn't like terribly long. It was 9 minutes exactly. But they're two big burly guys. They're not going to go for 20 minutes. They don't have the gas for it.
I didn't have the gas to watch this match. So.
Yeah, you fell asleep right after our weekend. Yeah. Well, Lesnar won, and I don't know. I'm not like super pissed about it, but I'm just disappointed. I'm just like, what's the end game with Strowman? You build him up to be like this monster, and then it's a good match. I mean, it proves that he's a monster, with his performance in the ring, but he doesn't get the win, and he didn't get the win against Roman when they feuded. It just seemed, I mean, he won like the ambulance match, but there was definitely a match I think before that Roman like beat him clean, and it's just like, I don't know, you build him up to be this monster, but then he just loses. It's not believable anymore. It's going to be it's just going to take some time for I'm sorry, overtime. It's just going to be like a Bray Wyatt situation where it's like he can talk all the talk, but if he's not winning matches, then what's the point of all this? Yeah, he can beat the shit out of Enzo, but when he goes up against somebody's own size and in his own level, he loses. So I don't know. It's only believable if you get wins, unfortunately. So, and I like Strowman. I like what he does. I think he's cool. I think he's got championship potential. But they got to pull the trigger on him sometime. And having Lesnar hold on to the belt, I guess it's good for business, I guess, but it gets a little boring and tiresome sometime, especially when he's not around. And you're not using the IC belt like as the number one belt. You have like Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel like linked to it, and Jason Jordan. So I don't know. It's strange, but anyway, that was No Mercy. It was an okay card. It wasn't spectacular, but I don't know, man. What did you think?
I liked what I saw. I didn't watch a whole bunch of it. I was just exhausted.
Yeah.
But yeah, the women's match I thought was pretty good. I kind of felt for Nia Jax. She took a power bomb like off the apron on the floor.
Yeah, that was bad. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just reading a little blurb here that says that the WWE sends the Young Bucks a cease and desist over the use of Too Sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, they can't use like Suck It or Too Sweet or anything anymore. Yeah. Cease and desist.
Whatever. Fuck them. Let them use it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Why not? Anyway, that's it, man. That was our weekend. That was like our weekend and pretty much our month in review, I guess. That's what's currently going on in pro wrestling around us and the WWE. So
yeah. So we got good independent wrestling happening in Maine. A new startup company is trying to break through. So we'll see what happens.
Yep. And then same old bullshit in WWE. So
sounds about right.
Sounds about right. So anyway, anything else out of you tonight, my man? Anything coming from you?
No, but you can find me on Twitter at Harmon316. You notice I shortened the name down to just BBH.
BBH. I saw that. Good call. Good call.
Thank
I like
you,
that. I like that Swagger now calls you BBH.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty good. I like that he. I don't know if he got that from. I don't know where he got it from. Like if he listened or what, but he just automatically started calling you BBH, and that's great. Very cool.
He signed my autograph, BBH.
Did he? Nice. Good.
He asked him, like, he's like, you want me to write all that out? Big bad. I'm like, just put BBH. He's like, yes, I will.
BBH. Nice. I love it.
I'm on rage.
Let's fucking rage. I know. At Johnny Fashion is where I am on the old Twitterverse. You guys can find the show at Main Event Pod on Twitter. We are on Facebook, facebook.com/Main Event Pod, and also on Instagram, at Main Event Pod. And again, we've got this this hotline. You guys give us a call, give us a text, whatever you want. 929-260-3099. Let us know what you guys think. Ask us.
Call them digits.
Call them digits, baby. And we got Teespring linked to the top of our Twitter and Facebook. If you guys are into some merch with our logo on it, Main Event Podcast. It's got a sweet design by Chris Madison. He does a lot of the That Wrestling Club stuff. So he's a great graphic designer. And again, strongstylebrand.com/maineventpod. Go to that link. It's got to be that link. Go there. That's your gateway to some sweet, sweet Strong Style brand merch. T-shirts, obviously, hats, shoes, hoodies, all kinds of fun stuff.
I want some of them shorts.
Shorts. I think the shorts are sold out. I know. Flags. Back Row Mafia's got one. Man. Oh, and another. Okay, one more thing. I wanted to get one more shout out. I wanted to give to Jamie Shaw. Made a. It's our first fan art. It's very cool. Made us a sign. He's the sign guy at Limitless shows, and he made just this baller ass sign for us. It says Main Event Podcast on it. It has a wrestling ring with a giant microphone in it, and it's just awesome. I mean, he showed it to us the other day. He gave it to us. He said he didn't. He said it's probably one of my favorite ones I've ever done. I almost don't want to give it to you, and I was like, hey man, it's your call. You made this. I mean, you don't have to give it to us by any means. If you want to keep it, that's totally your call, man. That's cool. But he was generous enough to give it to us. And we're so just humbled by it. And it's very, very cool that somebody would take the time to listen to the show and then just be, what's the word I'm looking for? Just be motivated enough to like kind of create this awesome sign for us. It's very cool. If you guys want to follow him on Twitter, he's at JME Shaw 1824. And he's got all of his like artwork up there. He does awesome pencil drawings of all the wrestlers that come to town. He did an awesome one of Jack Swagger and Catalina. It's really cool. And he usually does them for a lot of the wrestlers that come to town. So follow him and check out some of his artwork.
Yeah,
so
I thought it was really cool. Right up until I saw the Back Row Mafia one, then I thought, well, fucking everybody's getting one.
No. Theirs was awesome. Theirs was awesome too. Theirs was really cool. Had like the fist.
It's in the background of the picture with the hoodie.
Yeah, very cool. So and again, big thank you and shout out to Jamie. I definitely appreciate it. So that's about it, man. Right?
Yeah, that's a weekend, man.
That's the weekend, buddy. That wraps up this month, and we'll be back next week with some treats.
I think there's a show this Friday at Bonnie Eagle High School. I think it's a NAWA. He's putting it on. It's a charity event for the school. So come support. John Cena Sr. will be there.
Oh wow,
Fox Sr. will be there. So
very cool.
Very cool. Bonnie Eagle.
Nice. All right, brother. Hey, thanks again for joining me this week. You're
thanks for having me.
You're the best.
No, you're the best.
Aw, nice. All right, guys at home, thank you guys so much for listening. We will catch you later.
Bye.
Talking